Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another movie review. This is going to be for Final Destination, the first one. So, yeah, the one that came out like in 2002 or 3, something like that. So, yeah, this whole week I'm going to be doing a Final Destination movie review series, I guess you could say. Halloween's just around the corner. Might as well just start doing a few horror movie reviews, and in my opinion, one of the best horror movie series is Final Destination. So I'm going to be doing one Final Destination movie review every day. So today, the first one, tomorrow, the second one, Thursday, the third one, Friday, the fourth one, um, Saturday, the fifth one, and Sunday, a review on the whole series as a whole. So yeah, so the first one, Final Destination, and yeah, and this movie stars, I forget who does it star, give me a sec. Um, yes, yeah, it came out in 2000, so yeah, and this movie stars Devon Sawa, Ali Larter, Kerr Smith, Kristen Cloak, Daniel Reboke, Roger Guinevere Smith, Chad Donella, Sean William Scott, Tony Todd, Amanda Detmer, yeah, Brandon Furr, Forbes Angus, Lisa Marie Caruc, Christy Choutine, Barbara Tyson, and is that it? And who else here? Robert Wisden, P. Line Johnson, Larry Gilman, was important, and yeah, that's everybody who's important. So yeah, that's who this movie stars. So basically, the premise of the movie and the whole series in general is that you have a group of people are in this who are about to die in this very big disaster. Um, One of them has a premonition, which is like a vision of how everybody's gonna die, the order, and try to save as many people as possible. And usually, the people who are rescued are the people who were in the premonition. So, they escape, they live, and they basically try to avoid death because of death's rule. You can't technically cheat death, or death doesn't like to be cheated, so he kills each of them one by one in the most creative ways possible. So yeah, and in this, that's basically the premise for every single movie. In this case, the disaster was a plane crash, and it was actually based on a real plane crash. Um, but I forget from what. It was based on a real plane crash, but I don't remember. I think it says here. Yeah. Um. So yeah. Uh. Does it say here? Yeah, much of the it's kind of based off the July '96 TWA Flight 800 off East Mauritius, Long Island, New York. Apparently, that plane crashed, and it's kind of based on this. So yeah, this movie is very good. It's kind of a horror movie. It's also kind of a thriller movie. So yeah, one thing I think they do very nicely is that they kind of hint at how the characters die. Like there's like hints as to how a person's gonna die. For example, let's see which of these deaths um there is. In For example, which is a good example. Um, yeah. For example, in Valerie Luton's death, portrayed by Kristen Cloak, she is basically spoilers. Um, she's basically burned, neck sliced, and then stabbed in the stomach. Um, Pretty gruesome death, or not really burned, maybe exploded. I don't know. And they do a very good job at hinting at it because see, the way she dies is she leans over the computer explodes, so there's shards of glass in her neck. She goes against this wall and there's not wall, a door, and the door for some reason has a picture of a knife, and it's going down her back, right? So she goes to the kitchen, tries to put some kind of cloth on it. She falls and then gets a knife to the stomach. Then a chair falls over, stabs her in the abdomen, and then the house explodes in a fiery death. So they do a very good job at hinting deaths. That's just one of the best examples I could come up with in this movie. So yeah, it really doesn't get old. It's a bit cheesy at times, I will have to admit. It is a bit cheesy at times. The acting is a bit cheesy. The deaths are sometimes a bit convenient as to where the characters are placed. But you also do have some surprising deaths. The first death in this movie, outside of the plane crash, of the survivors, you have Terry Cheney, whatever, portrayed by Amanda Detmer, and she's basically ran over by a bus, and it's very unexpected. I mean, we're expecting her to die, we just don't know like when she's gonna die. So she's basically saying that you all lost your fucking minds. She starts walking across the road, and then like this is her, boom boom boom. She gets annihilated. So it's a very surprising death. So the deaths are surprising. The deaths are a bit gory, I will have to admit, but gore is good. Um, so yeah, basically you can't cheat death is the point. There's no way to cheat death, and I don't think you can ever cheat death, because we're all gonna die. Theoretically, I mean, yeah, theoretically we all should die. Actually, not even theoretically, by law of divinity, whatever you believe in, whatever God or whatever you believe in, or by logic, science as well, we're all gonna die. It's just the way the deaths happen is just so amazing. Well, not amazing, but just cool to see. Also, one of the deaths is this kid, Todd Wagner, I believe. He gets strangled, like hung, by the bathroom clothing line thing, and is basically like he basically gets suffocated in a bathtub, and it's pretty funny if you ask me. Also, they use a lot of the songs they use is also pretty cool to hear, because most of these are like old rock songs. They use "Stairway to Heaven" and "Highway to Hell," so two very contrasting songs. Like just imagine like on the stairway to heaven, and then you're on the highway to hell. So it's just very contrasting. So it's just very weird. So yeah, everything about it is just a very good movie. It does have its cheesy moments. It does have its moments that's a bit too convenient, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense. But like the ending doesn't really not really the ending. There's a few scenes right around the ending. It starts like not making that much sense. It seems a bit rushed, but it's like one of those cheesy. It's kind of cheesy, but kind of hard to believe that someone would survive. Like spoilers, the main character, like he grabs this like electric volt or something, like a battery that's being like electrocuted or something. He kind of gets thrown back, and I don't know if it was his turn to die or not. But what was I gonna say? But he theoretically should have been dead regardless. So yeah, it kind of stops making sense at times. It kind of starts blurring between the sense of reality and fiction at times. um, and common sense. But overall, it's a good movie. Bit cheesy at times, but it is very gory, and I do have to admit it's a very good movie. One of my favorite horror movie series of all time, and I guess logically one of my favorite horror movies of all time. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give this an 8 out of 10. It's just that good. Very gory at times, very surprising at times, very shocking. Does have everything about it's just good. The acting and writing are a bit cheesy at times. Some of the scenes are a bit convenient, but it's just one of those horror movies that it's more for the fun and for the scare rather than the actual logical sense behind it. And the thing is, I also do like is that death in the movie, death apparently has its own rules, which are actually very complicated. But I've actually found a way to decipher it. I've actually deciphered the rules after watching the series like half a dozen times. So yeah, and that'll probably be my movie theory for this week. How to decipher, basically the deciphering the death rules in Final Destination. So yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. So definitely stay tuned for that. Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on Final Destination. Which was your favorite movie of the whole series? For me, it'd probably be the second one. Yeah, it's probably the second one. What's your least favorite movie out of the series? Probably maybe the fourth one. Um, what are your thoughts on this one? On the first one. What are your thoughts on the first one as a whole? And yeah, and what are your thoughts on the series? So yeah, subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. That's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.